Yo, can y'all hear me? What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? Generic with AK, what's good? Yeah, today I had some stuff I had to take care of early in the morning, so this is a later stream. This is a later stream, but we're gonna have Anime Sundays join the stream. Yo, what's good, Max? Over on Twitch. What's good? Can? Is that who I think it is? How you doing? How you doing? Ticklish, what's going on? Why we late? man. Today I had some stuff I had to take care of today, y'all. Like I said, this is con week. So the convention this week is Level Up Expo. So there's a lot that's been going on. But we here now. Also, we'll have Anime Sundays also joining the stream a little bit later as well. So we got some stuff we gotta discuss, I should say. But yeah, this is gonna be a quicker stream because Invincible tonight, man. It's Invincible night. I know, my fault, Daniel. My bad. Straw Hat Uzumaki, what's good? MK Gaming, what agenda is this? Emu is Shank's mom? What agenda is this? You been watching the playoffs? Yeah, bro. The Knicks should not have lost yesterday. Honestly, like, me watching that game, that was a game we should have just cleaned up very quickly. But it is what it is. Now we're going back to Atlanta. We'll see what we can do. Yo, Ticklish, you're crazy, bro. I can't with you, man. I can't. Okay, you found me from earlier? Okay, cool. Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Max, you said, Rob, you doing something cool at Level Up? Because I'm going to see you. Yeah, you're definitely going to see me. I'm working on something. I got to see how it pans out. But I have a few video ideas that I want to do. So, wait, Invincible drops tonight? Yeah, at midnight. This is the last episode. So, and the reason why I'm watching Invincible at midnight is because, Wednesday is reserved for the boys. You feel me? So we kind of have to space them out a little bit. Yo, Marco. Chill, Marco. Nah. Leave that for Life of Anime Podcast, man. Leave that for Life of Anime Podcast. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Whoa, Mr. Penguin. Yo, whoa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said not to start the hate train already, but I read the new Boruto manga chapter and it feels like they have been in the same arc / same villains since before the time skip. So I am not up on the Boruto manga yet. So I can't really add to this. But from what I've heard from the Boruto fandom is that they love the new chapter, or they love the Boruto manga in general. Like, I heard the Boruto manga is way different than the anime. That's what I heard. So, did I see 1180? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll talk about some One Piece here too. We'll definitely talk about some One Piece here. Can y'all even hear the let me make sure. I don't even know if you guys can hear the alerts or not, but I don't know. We'll figure this out. I'm trying something new today because we're gonna have Anime Sundays on stream. So hopefully it works out. Oh, Eloise said Rob with the twist out. Yeah, bro. I'm getting my hair redone tomorrow. So it's con week, you know what I'm saying? So I had to take them out. Yo, Tayo, what's good, man? Yes, sir. I am here, man. Oh, and this week also the Michael Jackson movie drops this week too. I'm really excited for that. Really, really, really excited for that. Rob Rains, you said, what do you think about the best anime Bleach coming to theaters? Are you putting me on something? I know Bleach comes back this year, but it's getting a theatrical release? Yeah, Max, I'm already here. Is Bleach is getting a theatrical release? No, Toxic, I did not know. I did not know. I knew Bleach was coming back. But in theaters, I did not know. Wow. Oh, Anime Sundays is here, y'all. Anime Sundays is here. Okay. Hold on. Let me add you. Let me add you real quick. Give me 1 second. Hopefully I do this right. All right. Anime Sundays.
Can you hear me, bro?
I think yes, I can. I could definitely hear you. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can. Guys, can you hear him?
Can you hear me? Can you see me, bro?
Yeah, I can see you. I'm trying to get you up on stream just a little bit here. The framing is kind of odd right now. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, they can hear you, bro. They can hear you. For some reason, I can't get this framing. I wish I could zoom in more on this, but I don't think I can on this anyway. Yeah, I can only do that. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to mess around with it for a little bit, but welcome, bro. Welcome to the stream, man. We got some stuff we gotta discuss, man. They were talking about the Avatar leak actually. Let me see if I could zoom in on you just a little bit in the meantime. But how you feel about the Avatar leak?
Are you on OBS, bro?
Yeah, I'm on Streamlabs.
Okay.
I'm on Streamlabs right now. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can. This framing is odd, so I'm trying to see if I could.
You just gotta. I'll move over, and you just gotta make my screen bigger, really.
Yeah, but hold on 1 second. Let me see if I could finesse it.
And then just make the screen bigger.
All right, I think I got you. I think that's it.
The Avatar leak, huh?
Yeah. All right, I think that's it.
How's this?
Oh, audio is low for you. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me turn this. All right. Talk. Go ahead.
Check.
All right, how does he sound? Are we good? All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, bro. So the Avatar leak.
A little louder. Still low. Okay.
Still low. I have my mic all the way up.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I could turn it up in the software a little more. Okay. Well, I'll do like 125%. Let me see. All right, go ahead.
Check. Maybe I'll just hold close like this. Check.
All right, how does he sound?
Check. YouTube.
Are we good? Yo, Dr. Applesauce, what's good, man? Ticklish, you said it sounds good to you? All right, everyone's saying it's good now. All right, cool. Perfect.
Cool.
Sunday whispering in my ear.
Whispering is crazy.
Man. Okay.
All right.
Where were we? Oh yeah, we were discussing the Avatar leaks that happened.
Damn shame. Damn
Yeah.
shame, honestly. I didn't watch the leak.
I didn't either.
Um,
I've been tempted though, but I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch the link. A lot of similar discourse has already been said. You know, everybody thinks it's a rebellion against Paramount, but on the contrary, it's actually more devastating to the studio.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think if I'm Paramount now, I think we just go ahead with the theatrical release. We make it happen. We put it in theaters because Avatar fans have already confirmed that even if we watch the leak, we're still going to watch it in theaters. Like the leak is not going to stop people from going to the theaters to go watch the movie. So for me, I'm holding out, hoping that Paramount makes this move, especially when you have some of the older voice cast of Avatar coming out saying, let's put this movie in theaters. So I'm ready for that, honestly.
Well, here's the thing, bro. The reason Paramount is so against putting it in theaters is because they just purchased so much. They just spent so much money for Warner Brothers. So now they are trying to scrape every dollar to save the investment. You feel me? So pretty much if we get max subscriptions, boom.
Yeah.
We're kind of afloat. So long point, they're not trying to give it up. They're not trying to give it up. They're not trying to get up to the theater.
Yeah. Well, I see Dr. Avasauce here saying, watch it all be a psyop before they announce the theatrical release. Yo, that would be crazy.
They could do it just to save face. So here's my thing. Even if it was like there wasn't a leak, like they were banking on people buying that product.
You're not an ordinary fella. You're not an ordinary fella.
So now they kind of have to release it in theaters, honestly.
Absolutely. And Aaron, thank you so much for the... Oh, my fault. I just got an alert here. Aaron, thank you so much for the 10 months. You say, yo, Bossman and Anime Sundays. Great seeing two of the goats here on the live. Bossman with the fresh cut. Hope you guys have a blessed week. Hashtag W Sabo. Man, Aaron, I appreciate you, man.
My cut fresh? I'm actually about to get a cut tomorrow because my shit is...
Yeah, I literally just got one today. Like I said, it's con week, so
your shit. I'm about to say. My shit is not hit right now.
Nah, we're good, bro. Listen, Level Up is this weekend, so we're gonna be
level up.
Yeah, we're gonna be out here making some content, having a good time, man. Getting ready for
content on the way.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. What you got coming, or is it a secret?
I just got some interviews. Got some shit cooking.
Okay.
Cook some interviews up, some new styles. It's the name of the game. But yeah, man. But yeah, no. I mean, at the end of the day, they have to drop it, bro. They're gonna have to drop it. No, because nobody's gonna go subscribe to Paramount Plus now. That's over with.
Mm-hmm.
It's already online. Why would I, if I'm gonna watch it at home, not just pirate it? You feel me?
Yeah. Oh, we talking about piracy already. There's something that happened today. Mex, who am I rooting for? The Lakers or Rockets? Honestly, I think it's always fun to see the Lakers go far. But, that's just me. Seeing LeBron still go far, I feel like that's going to be fun. Dr. Applesauce, you said, what con you going to? Oh, snap. I get on a plane for Vegas tomorrow. I'm hosting some stuff at Level Up. We should link up. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to be there. Jared's going to be there. So, and if anybody in chat is going to Level Up, Mex, I already know you're going. if you guys are going to Level Up, man, definitely be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. We're gonna be making content there. So if you want to participate, definitely pull up. Now, LeBron's hairline, that's gone super far. I can't with y'all. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is manga piracy, right? And it was specifically like what Kay Arana was talking about. And I saw something drop earlier today where she basically was kind of getting into and I don't know if I could even pull up the whole post here with like reading it, but she was basically kind of going into the issues surrounding manga piracy, but she attacked it from a different angle, right? It wasn't like the standard like, oh, if you do it, you're bad, it's evil, but it was more so her talking about how manga piracy kind of devalues manga overall, but she can also see the perspective of how inaccessible manga is internationally, you know, outside of Japan. And that was one of the things that I really wanted to kind of talk about, because I think that obviously we all know morally piracy is wrong. But specifically to like the anime manga industry, like there are so many works that are inaccessible, right? Whether it's your you know, you have certain OVAs or you have certain anime movies or certain things that like are just so impossible to get your hands on unless you go sail, you know, you go sail the seas, right? And I feel like what she mentioned is critical for how things are going to pan out within like the next year or two, because if Japan is starting to realize that, hey, there are fans outside, you know, there are fans that are abroad that still want to, you know, watch, you know, these OVAs that they're so hard to find, they're so hard to access, and they still want access to these OVAs, these manga chapters, whatever. If they know that there's an audience out there for it and they're actively going to try to make that change, I'm excited for that. You know, I'm really excited for that. And I believe Gachi Akuta's with Kodansha. And I feel like I saw some with Kodansha drop recently too, where they're looking for manga artists worldwide, right, in all different languages too. So I'm like, what do you think like this means for like the anime industry as like a whole?
Well, here's the problem, really. Manga is still like, it's in like an in-between level of popularity, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's like, because it's not like as such as like a sold out, I'll say sold out per unit as like per read. You feel me? Like they don't equal. So because of that, manga piracy is generated around a class of people who think manga is also cheap enough to read for free. You know, you feel what I'm trying to say here? So it comes from like a little bit of a class section here. Manga is like not a lot, I would feel like, or I'll say like the highest priced literature you buy often. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think that, yeah, if you can make it a little bit more legally accessible in a way to where people still feel like they are, I don't know, I'm not going to say not paying the proper amount, because it's not like it costs a lot for a manga subscription, but to where it feels like you're either reading it for free or, you know, getting it for free.
Right.
I feel like that's just the type of habitat it's created, bro. Like manga has created a habitat of readers who are used to just like consuming and then making popular through the mass consumption, but not actually paying as much as it, you know, not driving enough to the economy enough. So,
yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, let me just look at some comments here on it. Yo, Babs, what's good, bro? What's good? Soria says, I have the Shonen app. I pretty much only read Black Clover. Hold on 1 second. Yo.
Are you live with Jared?
First of all, Keith,
Yeah.
Did
you can see me
collab
okay, right,
shit
bro?
yet?
Because I can't see myself at all.
The Twitch collab shit? Is it not working?
I haven't even tried to set that up.
Did
But
you-
we're live right now.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Hold on, bro.
You're good.
I may need
It's
to,
it's Kumar, y'all. What
Hey,
happened?
Rob.
No,
What's up?
I just can't really like see myself. I don't know what really happened here. I think my Google.
What do you mean? No, you're on.
Froze here.
They can see you. You're good.
I know, but I can't see anything that's going on. I can't even get. Hold on. Let me
Oh.
try a different browser.
Okay. All right. And then let me just peep some of
Nah,
these.
I might be.
Yeah, it looks good on my end.
Oh, man.
Cascade, you said her message is right, but to legally read
Yeah,
Gachakuta,
I'm sure it looks fine.
it might have froze now. I don't know. Oh no, you're good. Cascade, you said her message is right, but to legally read Gachakuta, you got to get scammed by the app. That's on the cost as much as a physical volume. Again, my issue, I don't think, and obviously it depends, right? Like what the situation is, because I even see Dr. Applesauce. You're saying Shonen Jump app sub is $3 a month. All the manga you can read. Ironically, Gachakuta isn't Jump. Yeah, and I think the Jump app is good too. And like you were saying earlier, Jared, like manga is relatively like inexpensive. My issue has always been the accessibility of like anime and manga. Like I remember like growing up wanting to watch certain anime and like not being able to find it anywhere, legally. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally have to pirate it to watch certain episodes or watch an OVA of your favorite anime or something, like, or any bonuses, any movies. It's like I feel like Japan is slowly starting to realize that, hey, people like around the world still want to watch and read these manga and these anime. Like they still care about it. And I feel like this message is kind of like pointing us in like the right direction. So I don't know what it's going to turn into. But my biggest issue has always been, how accessible it was. And I feel like her understanding that is perfect. Sunday sound is low. Is it? I thought I turned it up. Yeah, you're at 125. I could do 150, 152%.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my shit together.
Okay. All right. All right.
I'm trying to exit out, but it's not even letting me close this window. Let me just give me 2 minutes, bro. Let me just come right back. Hold on.
All right. No worries. Slow.
Got you. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah,
All right.
try to-
All right. Let's go on the solo cam for a second. Okay. All right. So while he's working on fixing that, let me try to figure out. Tiberius, you said it's like $1 per chapter or something like that. Yeah, per month. So I mean that depends, right? That depends on if your anime is weekly or monthly or whatever. But to me, when I read this message, I was like, let's go. I was hyped because Japan's slowly starting to realize that, like, yo, that OVA or that manga chapter or that whatever, like, people actually care about it. And like, we should make it easier for people to access it, because I feel like the only reason why pirate sites excel is not strictly because, people can read the manga for free, but it's because they have access to stuff that's hard to find in other places, like legally. Like, it should not be harder to read manga legally. It shouldn't. But unfortunately, it's easier. It's easier to read manga. It's easier to watch anime illegally. And that's the main issue that I have with like the industry as a whole. It's like The legal avenues should be so much smoother, and they're not. It's split up between multiple different services, multiple different subscriptions, multiple different things. And then even when you get those subscription services, they may have like some chapters or they may have some things, but they don't have the bonus episodes. They don't have the movies. They may have just the main ones. And then it's like, whereas if you go on an illegal site, right, you could just, all right, which OVA, which bonus episode, and everything's you have easy access. And I feel like Japan is starting to realize that with her message, which is why I was like, yo, this is perfect. I don't know how it's going to turn into it. I think it's mainly going to change maybe with Kodansha specifically, because Jump is different, but we'll see what's going on. Yeah, Hemi, it's so appreciate you for that earlier, but yeah, it really is annoying. It really is annoying. Like, access is my main issue with everything. That's really my main issue. Hush Panda, you said, what's your opinion on trashy sounds from Toei Animation for One Piece? Even for serious moments, the sounds are worse. So Panda, what I will say is, initially, people were upset with Toei because a lot of the sound effects that we heard were stuff that we heard from Dragon Ball, right? We were hearing a lot of similar sound effects from Dragon Ball, and that worked during, you know, the late 90s, early 2000s. But now we're going into, you know, the 2010s and then the 2020s, and it's like we're still hearing the same sound effects from the 90s and the early 2000s. And we definitely were in need of an update, right? And I feel like Toei understood this, which is why when you're watching One Piece right now, currently in Elbaf, I feel like the sound design has been unreal. The sound design in Elbaf has been so good. Like, they finally are starting. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these animation studios, like Japan in general, and the anime manga industry, like, they're starting to really get it together. And I feel I would really want to credit like Demon Slayer a lot for it, because they got to see, you know, Demon Slayer literally is the biggest anime movie of all time. Kumar, you said what happened to Jared? Jared right now is troubleshooting something. I don't know. He was fine on stream, but I don't know. He was saying like something was lagging on his end. So we're working on that. Anime and Gaming, thank you so much for the sub. Really, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the sub. Yo, Ticklish, you gotta relax. But I wouldn't mind it. You know, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, Jeff, Elbaf anime is out right now. We are what, 3 episodes in Elbaf? So I'm really excited for God Valley. Like, that's yeah, chill, you said it. You said honorable mention to Fire Force for sound. 100%. Fire Force sound design, ridiculous. Yo, Nina, what's good? What's up, Nina? Not Ticklish, you know better than that. You know better than that. The old sound design sound like some old Soldier Boy piece. Yo, oh my gosh, man. Yo, those Soldier Boy beats videos are hilarious, yo. Like, shout out Soldier Boy, man. Hush Panda, you said, did you see 1181 spoilers? I did not see those spoilers. Dang, why is it not? Yeah, but I did not see the spoilers. Oh, you back? Anime Sundays is back, y'all. All right. Hold on 1 second. I might have to add the link back. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna have to redo your link. 1 second. Okay. All right, we got you. Anime Sundays, you hear us? You hear me? Hear us is crazy.
Yeah, bro, you see me?
Yep. Yeah, we see you. Hold on 1 second. I got a super chat from Knickknack Anime. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said, so I ate some Jollibee since they're doing an FF14 collab, and man, I feel bad for you One Piece fans with how Popeyes treated you guys. You mans couldn't even get art and displays of the asshole and chicken. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even get the One Piece Popeyes meal because once I saw that the collectibles were only available in select cities, I was like, yeah, y'all got it. Cause that's the driving force for me. Like if I'm going there to Popeyes for a One Piece collab, I want the collectible. I want the treasure chest, and all that. I'm like, why am I gonna go for the standard meal when I can go get the treasure chest? You feel me? And once I saw that wasn't there, I was like, yeah. So I didn't even do it, but that sounds amazing. Nick, to you, that sounds amazing. Jollibee, FF14 collab, that sounds lit. I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, the collectible wasn't even all that though.
Oh, you saw it? Was it in your city?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nah,
What's up, Jared?
Oh, hold on. He can't hear you because Jared.
I can hear him a little bit.
Oh, he said he can hear you. He can hear you.
Did you see what Perry sent you?
Nah.
Okay, no. I got you.
What's going? I don't know. All right, Kumar's here, y'all.
I'm here, y'all. What's going on? All right, this is very important because Jared's here now.
Hold on, you off cam, brother.
Oh, I'm on my bad. What's going on, guys? So if you guys didn't know, Jared and Rob are Jamaican, and so I had to show you guys this on stream. This shit is fucking hilarious. All right, so
What is going on?
This person took their Jamaican mom's text messages. Oh snap! Oh, we got Nika now too.
All right. What is going on?
All right. So this person took their Jamaican mom's text messages and made into a song. So you got to hear this. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Oh, shit, slip my mind. On it, shot. Grand rising, baby girl. Shine, baby. It's what you was born to do. KMT. Twice. But fuck them, we know that was a good time at last. Don't eat foolishness, I made some pasta. It's nice, says it. You really need to answer your phone. Was about to call your dad to get your location. Timber Mill, what are you, Roger Rabbit? Love you, baby, little fucker.
All right, hold
I
on.
was dying, but that shit was fire. All right, anyways, what's up, Chad? I'm gone. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Yo, I promise y'all, I don't know what be going on out here, bro. I promise.
not much to really say there.
Yo, I can't, man. Oh my gosh, bro. All right. First off, hold on. RLW official, thank you so much for the super chat earlier. You said, is it just me or the new Fire Force season isn't hitting like I thought? Highly underwhelming. Rob, what's your thoughts? Okay, so I'm gonna give you my thoughts real quick after that intermission. I don't know what Kumar had going on, but yeah. Okay, but we do have to talk to Jared too, because Jared had an interesting thread on Fire Force. But here's my thoughts on Fire Force. To me, I enjoyed the wrap up. Obviously, the fight scenes and the animation are like the standouts for Fire Force. But I loved what the theme was for the ending of Fire Force and how it tied into the beginning of Soul Eater, right? We get the entire, basically, Adola fusing with, the real Earth physical realm is kind of like, that's where it made it a world of your imaginations and what you believe can manifest into reality. So it's like, it was obviously talking on like the concepts of like the law of attraction and stuff like that, which I thought was very, very cool. Now, Jared, I get where you're coming from and some other people too. And I don't want to say your thread, strictly because you're right here, so you can say it yourself. But how are you feeling about the recent Fire Force season?
Yeah, man. It's like you said, there is a lot of good aspects about it, but I do think that one, I felt like it was rushed for sure. I felt like the latter half of season 3 was definitely rushed a little bit. Now, I do remember there were some studio issues with releasing the second half of the third season, et cetera, right? But I felt like even from getting into the Great Cataclysm, I felt like they rushed most of the main plot points that were happening. Arthur versus Dragon, the other pillars getting taken to Adola, Captain Obi getting killed by his doppelganger. All of that was like in 3 minutes. And I was like, come on. And we're like, what's going on here? There's no weight to nothing. Everything, like, when Captain Obi got, feel me? I didn't even think for a second he was dead for real.
Yeah.
And then Shinra fake snapped and I was like, okay. So I felt like the weight of what was going on was great. Love it if you write it all out. But the way the anime did it, I felt like they rushed it. So because I felt like they rushed it, I felt like there's a lot of story ties with just loose ends, loose points. Arthur even, I understand where Arthur's power kind of came from to beat Dragon. He got it from Adola because of it fusing. He had the ring, etc. But I feel like, we skipped some levels in strength, right? In terms of how fast it happened. Like, we already knew about the level Arthur and Shinra were supposed to be at from spoilers in the past. But the way they just went from 0 to 100, and I actually have a video dropping tomorrow. I'm actually dropping I made a whole clip.
Oh, okay.
But it's mainly, I felt, one, the power jumps were a lot rushed. And then honestly, bro, when it came to actually trying to tie in Soul Eater, I was like, y'all are just pulling this out here. You feel me? Like this is not making any real sense. It's just all audience interpretation. Like, there's a few cameos, maybe some reincarnations, maybe. And then we also don't even know what happens, I guess, in the afterlife, if there is one in Shinra's world, via the afterlife in Death's world. 2 different afterlives, apparently. So now it's just like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm playing like hopscotch on the plot points. I just want to walk straight. I don't want to hopscotch. Plot points.
And I definitely feel you. Real quick, just before I, offer a rebuttal to that. Anime and gaming, really, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, seriously, for the support. And Aaron Crates, I saw your comment too. Thank you for the 6 months. I saw your comment. We will get to that. Let me just answer Jared on this one, because I feel, like I said, I can understand the issues that you had with it, strictly because I think we didn't really have like a great grasp on what Adola meant to Fire Force as a whole until the later seasons, and that's speaking strictly from like a anime watcher perspective, because I did not read the Fire Force manga. So if you are a Fire Force manga fan, maybe you would have like different insight on why you think like, the story made a lot more sense and blah, blah, blah. But there were a lot of instances in Fire Force where we were seeing things happen and we were like, why is this happening? Right? Why is this character able to do this? Why does Arthur get a ridiculous power boost just by thinking he's a knight? Right? even Tamaki's story, that was written into like having to tie into like your mental or anything like that, which tied into the real world fusing with Adola, right? And that's what they wanted, right? They were the evangelists, all of that stuff. They were trying to get, Adola to kind of start the great cataclysm, basically, and take over. And then that's when the doppelgangers came in. We find out Iris is a doppelganger. And I feel like watching Fire Force, for the most part, we thought we had a grasp on the story. We thought it was, oh, these are, fire powers just, fighting each other, and they're fighting this evil entity from like this demon realm or something like that, not realizing that Adola's actually kind of just like a parallel dimension of sorts. And bridging those two together makes the imagination of the physical realm manifest in Adola. And then those things kind of combine. So now it's like when Adola and the real world combine together, whatever you're thinking is going to happen. So that's why like the evangelists and stuff, they were trying so hard to keep the negative emotions up, because the longer they kept the negative emotions up, that would force people to be depressed, and then they would be able to obviously destroy everything and then start over. So I get 100% what you're saying, but at least I liked the aspect of manifestation, which is I think that's what it really was.
Well, it's not that I didn't like the idea of like what Adola was creating and representing. I just felt that we lost the theme a little bit here. This is a show about essentially pyrokinesis and how it evolved. It plays on a lot of things, sun religions, all type of things. And I felt like when all of a sudden we just went straight from the themes of like what would be like the religious aspects of Fire Force to Gear 5, Bugs Bunny,
yeah.
Soul Renaissance, just it's like, all right, what just happened here?
Yeah, I think he had to do that because there was no other way for him to really connect Soul Eater to Fire Force without it being super fantastical. Because Soul Eater is so different from Fire Force, that that I could see that. Now, let me, Tiberius, thank you so much for the super chat. You said Arthur is the best example of delusion can be a superpower. It pointed in the right direction, though. So, yeah, like, that's exactly what his whole story was. And that's why I'm saying, like, the entire theme of Fire Force is basically, your imagination and what you believe can become reality. That's, like, essentially the overarching theme of Fire Force. It's just the way we got there was weird because, starting out, it felt like this was supposed to be, fire powers going at it and they're fighting against the common goal of evil. But then you start to realize that both sides are fighting, like they're not even realizing that like Haomeya's having all these negative emotions put into her head. So it's like there's a lot more into it where you're like, wait, is this really the good side? Or we don't even know who is on the good side. So that's cool too. Oh, I also want to mention, Aaron Crace, you said earlier, Shinra Banchoman versus Saitama. So this is a nice little power scaling debate here.
Saitama in 5.
In 5.
Matter of fact, we kind of overhyped Shinra's ability. Actually, now that it's all here.
Oh, here we go.
Fire Force fans, you have failed me. I wish I had a stream deck. Kablow. Fire Force fans, y'all gave me for at least a year and a half. Oh, Shinra, Bancho, Solos, Goku, Vegeta, Natsu, all this, right?
Oh my
then
goodness.
we get here and realize it's a one-trick fusion. He has to soul renaissance to become Shinra Basho, man. And you know, I'm just kind of like, this is not even Shinra. Like, I locked in, because here's the thing: how did Arthur lock in with Adola? Subconsciously, almost, but Shinra pretty much had to soul renaissance and get saved through his family's feelings, you know, from despair. And I'm just kind of like, come on, man. He was supposed to lock in and understand the flames and be the coldest pillar, was what I was hoping to see. Maybe it's cliche. I don't know. Maybe it's cliche, but I thought he was going to lock in and just arrive to that ability. But
well, I think they were setting it up from the moment they introduced the backstory of Shinron Sho's mother, right? Because one, she had both Shinron and Sho as a virgin, right? There was no father, right? So they were kind of already giving the sense of like, oh, this is going to be, you know, like he's basically like Fire Force Jesus. Like that's kind of like what they were trying to portray. But because when Shinra was growing up, everybody saw a smile, they saw whatever, and they literally were like, oh, he looks like he's a devil. He looks like he's a demon, like an evil guy. And remember when his doppelganger came into it, his doppelganger was portraying that, because that's what Shinra was thinking in his head of who he was. And it took Sho to come back into Shinra's life and realize this and say, hold on, Shinra's the key. I have to tell Shinra that he's the hero of his own story. Right. He's the hero. And the moment Sho tells Shinra that, yo, you are not a demon, you are not a devil, you are a hero. Remember, it's very similar to Arthur. When Arthur figured out that he was a knight, or he thought he was a knight, he became more powerful. So once Shinra was like, wait a minute, I'm the hero of this story, his power level like automatically skyrocketed through the roof. So that's where it's kind of like, I get exactly what you're saying too. It's just a matter of like, now in the Fire Force verse, he essentially could have pulled off anything, because once he's in that form, he could just create reality. He created death. He literally created death itself in Soul Eater. Yeah. So it's like,
honestly, that was some BS. Honestly. To keep it 100 with you, to be fair, that was some BS, bro. Because and I said that too. I was like, there's no way that you have abilities of like the OG Adola creator, and all you did was soul renaissance with your mother and brother. Please give me a break. Please give me a break. They're not. Your mother's not even a pillar.
Yeah.
You like it made more sense like when sister kind of fused with her doppelganger, but there was no like extra connection that would make me think for an instant that them soul renaissancing would GG.
Yeah.
First soul renaissance, game over. What?
Yeah. I think in retrospect, right? I think the only hint we had was looking at Arthur, but even with that, it's very hard to tell, right? But you're not realizing when you see Shinra's doppelganger that that has to tie in to his thoughts of him thinking that he's a devil strictly, right? And it's not, you know, the evils of the Adola world, like, because you're thinking like anything that's coming out of the Adola world is evil, right? But then you realize that like, wait, Iris is Asakusa's doppelganger. So you're like, wait a minute, this is it doesn't even need to be that, right? And that's why Asakusa was like, well, Iris, you should live on and let me be destroyed because you're the better version of myself. Hold on one second. We got a super chat here. Tiberius, thank you so much for the super chat. You said Soldier Boy and DJ Khaled would be OP in Fire Force. Yo, honestly, with the head, they would, bro. They would just believe in themselves, you know? CP, you said, I swear. No, wait, hold on. Oh, no, this one. Not saying that ain't OP, but I thought it was more crazier than when we were presented with, at least. Okay, so you're talking about Shinra's ability. So he's agreeing with you. Aaron Crate said Banshirman literally rebuilt the world in less than a minute. So Jared, that's to you, I guess, on the Saitama take.
They don't matter. Saitama is now at a level where, and I've only seen spoilers, where the rumors are true. The rumors are true. Saitama is a parody. He is a paradox, a parody, whatever you want to call it. He's made.
Can he be Goku though?
To defy any rules of like OD hacks. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what he's been made. That's what he's been written to do. If it's a hack, I am the this and that. Saitama says that's too bad. Okay. But
Hush.
I mean,
okay.
It's hard to kill Shinra though, you know, in that form. Because what is death, right?
Yeah, he's pretty OP. You need some fantastical powers to beat him. Which is there are anime characters that have that, but
hey, how do I sound loud enough? Is my mic sound low still?
No, they can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Hush Panda, you said, have you watched Psycho Pass? And if you have, what's your opinion? I love Psycho Pass. I think Psycho Pass is a really good just like a really good like investigative type detectives type story. I think like the weapons they have in there are very unique. And I think I talked about that recently. Was it not the Blackjack video I just dropped where like one of the prompts was like a Psycho Pass prompt? So yeah, I enjoy Psycho Pass. It's really good. I actually recommended it as one of the anime that I think would have a great live action. So Psycho Pass is good. Yo, Power, what's good, bro? You said, Rob, we got to run the fade in Showdown. What in what? Is that Pokemon Showdown? What you mean, Power? And then you also said Witch Hat Atelier thoughts. So I've only seen the first episode, but it looks good. It looks good.
What is it called?
Witch Hat Atelier. It's the new yeah.
I'm on Wistoria. Y'all sleep.
Oh, Wistoria. Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
Y'all sleep. Season 2 start off crazy.
Yeah.
I was locked in earlier.
I gotta watch Wistoria.
It's so funny because all these themes are just so similar, but it definitely it's still a good premise. I mean, it's just a good old match. It's like Mashla and Black Clover put together.
Yeah.
But you know,
I will say, yeah, Wistoria I want to check out for sure. Witch Hat has a very unique premise though. But I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. But I would definitely tell you.
Doro is out too.
Oh, word! I still need to watch that. I still need to watch that.
That season 1 came out years ago.
Yeah, that was like
I want to almost say
2018, right? 2019, 2018.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Might have look it up.
X Waves, you said random question. What streaming cam do you use? I use my ZVE1, and I just have an Elgato cam link.
2020.
Yeah, see, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm using my OBS. It looks alright. I mean, I don't know. Maybe on YouTube it looks on my camera it looks good, but on YouTube it looks kind of
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's fine. Ed, you said, did you watch the latest season of Classroom of the Elite? 100%. I've been locked in on Classroom of the Elite, man. It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. That's one of my favorite things about Classroom of the Elite. It's like the drama is crazy, but then it's also like it's fun to see how far ahead Aya Koji is. And it's fun because like Horikita is always looking at Aya Koji like, yo, I know, because now in this season, like Horikita is she's more confident in herself. So like she's now of the mindset of like, I know Aya Koji is already 3 steps ahead, but I'm gonna match what he's doing. Like, and I'm gonna plan around that, knowing that he's good on his own or he could do whatever he needs to do. I'm gonna work around that. Whereas in previous seasons, like Horikita was just shocked, like what? But now that she knows that she has Aya Koji, she's like, I'm gonna use it as my strength for this class. So it's been really good watching this season. And somebody also asked,
I don't even know nothing about that really.
Yeah, Classroom Elite is fire, bro. You should definitely tap in. And then. Yeah, Leon, we're I mean, at least for me, I'm watching Demons of a Shadow Realm, but I saw somebody's.
I did watch that.
Did you like it?
It was cool. I liked it. I liked it. I liked the Demons the most. I feel like though.
Yeah.
It's an interesting premise.
I like it. I really do. I like it. I'm excited to see where it goes. It has like a very like nostalgic anime feel to it. Like it feels like a very 2000s anime, but it has like, 2020s anime, animation and artwork and stuff. So I'm excited for it. I really like it. Urahara, you said Loki is definitely top 5 right now in One Piece.
Yeah, and I see some other stuff. Hold on, I looked in the chat. I ain't really looked, but I started going. But yeah, man, I had heard your take about that. I guess you have Loki over Kaido now.
Oh yeah, I mean we can get. Is that what we're getting into? We can talk about it. Let me just preface. Anybody that is watching, anybody that's watching the stream right now, this next topic will go into the Hunter said, brother, don't start One Piece talk. Spoilers are out. No, we're not going to spoilers. I haven't even seen the spoilers. Well, actually, the spoilers might involve. It might involve
81.
Huh?
1180 is the only one I saw. The last one, right?
Yeah, but I think what they're saying is the new spoilers might involve Loki, which is why I'm like,
you're not an ordinary fella.
Yeah,
you're not an ordinary fella.
We can leave that, I guess, because I don't want to spoil anybody. But yeah, there's a lot we can talk about with that.
Loki top 5, no.
Alive, it's we would have to count it down. Lava, what's good, Lava? What's up? Yeah, so because to me, I did not have Loki in my top 5 strictly because of Shamrock. That was my reasoning. But I said, depending on what we see from Shamrock, it would either change. It will change my opinion. It would change my opinion. Marco with the thank you for being a member for 13 months, Marco. Marco says, Sundays, your overall thoughts on God Valley and Elbath so far. And where do y'all rank Loki power scaling wise? Hashtag free Kumar, hashtag Nina best mod, hashtag Rob got Riz. Yo, I can't with you. But
I mean, I could talk about it a little bit without trying to spoil.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for the most part, I mean, if you're in this chat, we're gonna be talking about One Piece manga for this most recent prompt for a little bit. Yeah. We're not gonna go too far into it.
Not the craziest spoilers. So, God Valley was great, man. I hope they animated really well. God Valley was great, man. 100%. I would say maybe. I think it put some more respect for sure on the old generation. I feel like there's just been a lot of disrespect to the old generation lately. Now that we've been in Elbath, but I think they are now solidified with their respect. Do I still think new generation is surpassing old generation? Yes, I do. I'm on that side.
Okay.
That new generation is surpassing that. They're getting to that level. Some of them are already at the level of the old generation's prime. Cool. Now this whole Loki thing, we all have to just slow down. Everybody has to slow down, and I'm not really going to talk about Loki as much. I'm going to talk about Kaido more because I feel like Kaido's character was really is probably one of the more fleshed out characters, ability wise, or at least repertoire wise. Throughout his entire pirate career, he's probably got the most, besides Luffy, obviously. Like, you would know exactly what type of fighter he is, what level he's on, and what it takes to even be above his level. And I understand that Loki's haki is at a tier where you can tell that it's just as potent or just as strong, but I just feel like characters like Kaido outclass the usage of the haki way more than Loki. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like Loki has not had enough real haki involved battles in his life, probably. And that's mind you, he's way older than Kaido. Then to be like, oh yeah, he's like Shanks level, Kaido level, Akainu level, if we're assuming he's top 1 in the Marines right now. Yeah, maybe like Blackbeard. Yeah, I could see him being Blackbeard. That'd be a lot for Blackbeard to deal with. But Blackbeard's also the off-screen god, and he's got 2 devil fruits. And he's got high. Kuzan, yeah. I can see a Kuzan, maybe.
We gotta bump that up though, and the reason why, right? I think what we have to respect is Loki being able to, essentially take down Harold, right? And now, to me, I've agreed with many people that have said, well, Harold was basically lying in wait for Loki to destroy him, right? Because he needed to be destroyed. And that's something I've always agreed with on that as well. I've said, like, because there's a lot of people that say, oh, Loki had, he beat him badly. I'm like, well, Harold was waiting for him to be destroyed. It wasn't like Harold was like fighting back. But at the same time, we have to understand the level of haki that it takes to destroy somebody like that. Harold is in a conversation with Rocks, who in his Domi Reversi form was, it took a combined effort of Garp and Roger to be defeated, right? And even then, he didn't technically pass away, right? Garland came and finished the job. So when you're looking at all those things put together, and you're seeing that Loki now has the trust of Ragnar to come together and do crazy haki feats to the point where Emu now leaves the Holy Land to pull up because he's like, Nika and Needhogger together? Oh nah, I can't let this happen again. This is a Joy Boy level threat. To me, when I see stuff like that, Kaido, as powerful as he was in his prime, he did not even command this level of respect on this magnitude. And as much as I respect, again, I still think Kaido's one of the strongest characters in One Piece, 100%. But I'll be lying to you if I said that Loki has not displayed crazier haki feats, crazier devil fruit feats on just a grander scale. Him being having the ancient giant blood on top of his legendary devil fruit, on top of having Ragnar, on top of having the haki to defeat Harold all together. it's a combined, like, he's looking ridiculous. Emu left. You got to understand, Jared. Emu left the Holy Land for this.
And I'm hearing you, but no, Emu didn't just leave the Holy Land for Loki, though. He left for an accumulation of reasons. Yeah. Reasons specific to his objective. Respectfully, Kaido was never on the same path of anything that Emu wanted to intervene in. It doesn't mean that if Kaido's on Elbaf right now, it's not just as much of a problem, I feel like, for Emu. And I only say that because, yes, the amount of hockey you need to undo a Domi Reverchi is great, but it did come from characters who we argue weren't even at their strongest yet. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Yeah. So it's kind of like if they can get stronger with this and there's more levels to just the Roger Whitebeard old gen status, then I'm kind of just like, Kaido's a part of that. Kaido's a part of what it means to use hockey to this peak. And the only reason I don't have Loki, just he's a good powerhouse. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. So he can deliver a lot of power, but we know that power isn't everything. You feel me? If you don't know how to use your hockey, you can go down just as quick. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I understand that. Yeah, he's the biggest motherfucking dragon in the world. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, if we strictly talk devil fruit abilities, Loki outclasses Kaido off of devil fruit.
But we haven't seen his hybrid mode. We don't even know if he has a grasp on that.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking based on the end of last chapter that something's going to happen next chapter. But even, who Loki is standing up against to even be in those conversations, to me, I don't think Kaido, based on everything I've seen from Kaido's career, I don't think Kaido had an attack in his arsenal that made me look at it and say, yo, this would one shot Harold, or this would take out Harold completely. I don't think I've seen an attack from, and
I think, man, I think with Ragnar, yes, absolutely.
But again, that's Loki's bag.
A Thunder Bakuga with Ragnar is
not
taking out Harold.
What? Wait. Oh, you're saying with Ragnar?
With Ragnar, if Ragnar's a big part of why.
Right,
he was able to do it. So
that's Loki's thing.
Kaido has, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If Kaido could use Ragnar, I'm only seeing Loki as like maybe a more potent in hockey because he's a giant. That's literally it. Because he literally is bigger, so it's almost like his fighting ability is just going to be, everything about him, his will is, everything's going to be larger. But Kaido is like, I feel like just more experienced in high quality battle.
I'm with you until we get to Shanks, right? Shanks, we know, is the person that stopped Loki. Now, there's theories about, is it Shanks by himself or did they jump him? Everybody has their own stance on what really happened in that instance. In my personal opinion, I think Shanks was able to capture Loki off of a hockey diff. I think Shanks' hockey is one of the top five in the series right now. And I've always believed, They said so it was confirmed that Shanks captured Loki, and he was the reason why Loki was like in the underworld in Elbaf, like chained up and all that stuff. Like Shanks was the one that captured.
This was after Harold died, though. He came back.
Yeah, right? yeah. This is way after Harold died. Yeah, Shanks. Shanks stopped Loki, and he also stopped Kaido, as I'm seeing in chat as well. And he also stopped Kaido. But again, this is me looking at it from a perspective of like Shanks' hockey to me is like ridiculous. But like I've always called him the modern day Roger. And when I'm looking at Loki, for instance, right? Loki's hockey was able to literally destroy King Harold. Yes, he had Ragnar too, which is pivotal in this. But
Yeah, and he's also
power-
he's also 50 foot,
Yeah,
2,000 pounds.
yeah, but that's what
Of course he's gonna.
Yeah, but
If he swing back, he gonna go through Harold.
But Jared, but that's what I'm saying. That ties into that though, right? Because we know hockey can also be used defensively. So you're talking about a defensive conqueror's hockey of King Harold, and Loki was able to overpower that. The same King Harold that fought against Rocks. If I ask you right now, who's winning, Kaido or Rocks?
So you think Loki can beat Luffy too? Then
It's plausible, but I have Luffy over Loki. But again, I think it's plausible though. Like Loki is
so. I just even though I understand, like I put it at like sometimes I feel like when it comes to Conqueror's hockey, you gotta look at like I guess potency in a sense, right? Potency versus actual like output and skill usage. Okay. So when I look at like potency, I feel like Luffy's got like some of the best potency. Loki's potency is crazy. Rox's potency is crazy. You feel me? Like these are like people whose hockey, when they first started using Conqueror, was a problem, right? But I feel like when it comes to skill and usage, Luffy, Rox, Kaido, Shanks, they outclass Loki because he hasn't had. I don't feel like he hasn't had enough. Even though we know he's like a couple hundred years old or whatever, right?
Yeah, he used to sail the seas.
Yeah, but
they were like, go ahead.
Yeah, but I feel like the battles we never hear about no other major battles from Loki except from pretty much what we're getting now. And Harold, you feel me? But a Harold was a very like, I unlocked Ragnar, I tapped into my conquerors for like the real potency of it for the first time. I kind of look at like Loki as like Brawly, in a sense, from Super. Like, yes, Brawly may be stronger than Vegeta, maybe stronger than Goku. Like, of course, it's a hard comparison, but like, if Goku goes UI, or if Goku's like, let's think him, let's use abilities that he's not used to, fusion, he's gonna lose. That's not the best analogy, but my point is, Brawly is still like, has to learn more about himself.
He needs more experience.
Like, unquestionably, like, oh, I'm stronger than Gohan. You know what I mean?
So I think I'm starting to understand. So your argument is not that Loki doesn't have the power to defeat Kaido, but that he's inexperienced in comparison to Kaido. Which I think that's a fair argument. I just think,
and my bad. Inexperience is like it's like the wrong word though, because he's been around, he's been alive, and he's fought, he's been in battles, but I just don't think he's been, and I guess inexperience is not the wrong word, but enough high quality battles, for it to matter. Hello, hold on. What's good, bro? I'm on stream right now, brother. Yeah, let me just hit you like a little bit. All right. No, roommate, my bad.
No, you go.
But yeah, I just don't think he's been in enough, like, oh, Kaido's off the gate. Kaido's in high battles with Rox's crew, hockey-wise, God Valley, and then from henceforth, he grinded to Yonko. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you got to understand what type of person hasn't lost for this long. So but that's why I'm like, I think I have Luffy over Loki too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I again, that's what I'm saying. I completely see what you're saying. I think a lot of people are looking at the power that Loki displayed in defeating Harold. And they're saying, well, if Harold is relative to Rocks and Loki has the power to defeat a Harold, even though it wasn't in a fight necessarily, it's just having the power to override his hockey is still like an incredible feat. Like you can't tell like Harold to stand still and be yo, Jack, one shot him.
Harold, that does make a huge difference though. Harold not trying to control himself again. It's the same thing with Rocks.
Right, but Harold was also suffering from a Domi Reversi as well. So it's like he was holding himself.
But that's the direct effect onto your hockey, because it literally is taking control of your will. So it's the same thing with Rocks, and that's kind of why I also, for a minute, still had Rocks at like I would say Rocks' prime is not like, it's maybe a notch under Roger's prime. You feel me? Like that's what I have it as, because I'm like, y'all gotta understand, if he's like also actively trying to fight the back against a Domi Reverchi, it's essentially 3 characters fighting against Eve. You feel me? So it's like, it's way different if he's actively wanting to fight Roger and Garp. You feel me? Because now it's a matter of he's moving on his own like way of fighting in that retrospect. Of course, I don't think he can beat the both of them regardless, but it's the same thing with Harold, bro. It's effectively trying to not use his will, his hockey. There's no way it could be as powerful as if he's actually like when Rox and Harold actually clashed and they were actually fighting. You know what I mean? Which I think people underrate, by the way, because the sky didn't split. But I'm like, I feel like that's half the time only just for Oda puts that in just to be flashy. I don't think he puts that in to significant, like to make anything seem like it's stronger, in my opinion.
I feel you. Let me let's address this recent super chat. Tiberius, thank you so much for the super chat earlier. You said, can y'all rank these 3 in terms of who would be the worst dad? Sanji, Usopp, Zoro. Starting with the worst. Oh man. That's
worst
tough.
Dad? I don't think they'd be bad dads.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I guess it's tough. I guess I would have to say, I don't know. It depends on what you mean by worse.
Here's the thing. Zoro, we've literally seen Zoro running through what was it, Water 7, when he had the kids with him. We've seen Zoro literally do that. Sanji, at least you'll have food at home. You know what I'm saying? You'll never have to go hungry.
I don't think it just depends. It just depends on what you think is a dad. I mean, because I think they'd all be equally great dads. They would just have different dad parenting styles.
Yeah.
Like I don't think any of them would like take. I don't think Usopp would take the Yasob route. I don't think Sanji would take the Judge route, and I don't think Zoro would abandon his child either. You feel me? Because they all know that pain. Now, how they raise their kids, that's just character traits. You know, Sanji would probably raise his kid the way Zeph kind of, did him in the kitchen, respect for the women. Zoro gonna have bro training all the time. And Usopp gonna have bro just, building stuff, talking, to stories. So it's just like,
Usopp's gonna tell him he's the best, or Usopp's gonna tell his son or daughter that they're the best. Give them the confidence. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think you can really rank them. I mean, I probably think Usopp's child is probably gonna have the easiest life, maybe. Sanji and Zoro's kids are probably gonna have to go through a little bit of strength conditioning, for lack of a better word here. But yeah, man. I mean, I see some comments here. Shanks upscale, all these things. People saying the Bleach is in theaters. Okay.
Yes, yeah, we were talking about that earlier in stream. Bleach will be in theaters. Apparently, I just found this out today. Earlier in the stream. You know I'm gonna be there. Like, I'm glad you guys told me because I was like, I knew Bleach was coming back with Core 4. I just did not know it was gonna be in theaters. But now that I know, adding it to my list. I will be there.
Yeah. Man, you know what's really peak right now? Freerin.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Watch all of it.
I think this season might be better than the last season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It just needs to be longer. 10 episodes is
It's not
so
over.
Is it not?
It's over. It's gotta be 12.
No.
They put a lot of credits in that last one. Though.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Free Room is only. I think Free Room is done. This season was very short. It was like only 10 episodes.
Why do I Google? I'm on Google Chrome and Yahoo is the automatic network. What is it called? I'm looking at Fearin season 2.
Yeah, Toxic Gamer said it's over. Yeah.
No, it's terrible. Well,
at least it didn't get the
peak.
Yeah, at least it didn't get the steel ball run treatment. That was crazy.
Yeah, I still didn't even watch that episode yet because folks said there was no episode 2. So I said, well, what the hell am I watching the first episode for?
Yeah, well, I guess they treated it. They were treating
upset like y'all.
Yeah, they were treating it like the first episode because it's like an hour long, but they were like, oh, that's core 1. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's core 1? So I don't know. Again, Netflix and JoJo's they don't really ever get it right, I feel like. But the episode was great, but it's just I don't understand how that happens. It'll never make sense to me. Oh, I'm still here. My fault, y'all. Camera overheated. My bad. Give me a sec.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see what Loki's really about this next spiel.
All right. Hopefully, I think that should be good. Let's see. All right, cool. Hopefully it doesn't cut out. But yeah, Marco, I see the super chat earlier. Thank you so much, Marco. You said thoughts on how Rox went out, and then also Blackbeard final villain. So to address the first point, I enjoyed Rox's character. Like Rox and his backstory was probably one of my favorite things to watch. And it kind of like humanized not only Rox, but also Blackbeard in a way, because, you know, after seeing, you know, Blackbeard commit all these heinous crimes, like, you know, kidnapping, you know, Pudding and I think Bonnie at 1.2 and stuff. And then you have him getting Ace killed essentially and all this other stuff. Like seeing Blackbeard commit all these things, you're like, dang, like Blackbeard, how can you betray Whitebeard? How can you kill Thatch? And when you're looking at what happened to the Davy clan and what Rox was going through and what he was trying to protect to get back at God Valley, and all he wanted was his friend Harold to help out. Like just seeing all that together, it's like, man, like there's two things that I see from that. One, I really feel for Rox because Rox really wasn't like an evil, like he wasn't a great guy, but he really wasn't like an evil villain either. He was really just like a pirate that wanted to protect the Davy clan. He wanted to protect God Valley, and things just went awry, right? But then you also look back and say, Harold, how could you be so foolish? How could you allow yourself to be finessed by the government in a way where you already know that the government is not going to be on your side? And I feel like him going out the way he did, it was sad because when I think back at Rox's story, all I think about is imagine if Harold pulled up to God Valley. Imagine. Not saying they would have defeated Emu or anything, but at least more people would have been saved. It wouldn't, God Valley wouldn't have turned out the way it turned out. So that's what I think about, you know, Rox's, you know, demise essentially.
They hold him. They did him dirty. They did him dirty. He didn't deserve to go out like that.
Man, it was rough.
It was rough. He didn't deserve to go out like that. I wish I also, I don't know, man. It makes me kind of, the whole Eam itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like makes me question, like, do I really like this avenue of villain? Because all the villains that we have through One Piece are very grounded, got it out the mud. I wasn't just like you, but you know, I'm a pirate, I'm a this, I'm a that. And when we start getting into Eam, kind of like throughout history, corrupting some of the greatest moments, not corrupting, but having influence on some of the greatest moments that are foreshadowed in One Piece, it kind of makes you think like, well, I wonder how great it would have been without Eam. You know what I mean? If it really was the pirates and the Marines going at it for this cause and Rox was doing it off the strength, you know what I mean? That's kind of the only like critique I guess I have about God Valley and just Rox's ending, because it's just like, man, like Eam is apparently just kind of involved in all this. And you're just like, I feel you.
Oh, you're upset that Emu was there, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Because we used to think about this battle all the time for years, you know?
Yeah.
Rox and Roger versus Garp. Like, how do we know? And then it was like, it was Eam. Mess up the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. It's great how it's intertwined. I don't think there's anything wrong with the story plot wise, but you're just kind of like, damn.
Yeah.
I was really hoping it was like a good old, you know, Kaido versus Luffy type battle. You know,
I feel
this
you.
is how it went down. Zoro versus King, Garp versus this. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of the parts it was. But also Blackbeard, final villain. He will be in the final battle. I don't really know if you could say there will be a, One Piece final villain, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's theories.
What does that look like?
There's theories that people think that Blackbeard is going to, you know, essentially steal Emu's devil fruit, which, I mean, if it does happen, obviously that'll make him ridiculously OP. But I've always looked at Blackbeard and said, yeah, you're a finesser. Yeah, you have a power boost off screen. But what is that hockey looking like, though? And I need to see more hockey feats from Blackbeard. If his hockey gets upscaled, then we can start having these final villain conversations, which I hope it does. I hope it does upscale because it would be fun to watch. But right now, it's like Blackbeard can come in with all the devil fruits he wants. But at the end of the day, the hockey needs to be there, too. If the hockey's not there, you know, there's people that will definitely be able to stop you. But to piggyback off of your Rox point with like Emu being involved, I think that's one of the things I took away from God Valley is that it made me really excited for the Revolutionary Army story and Dragon specifically, because seeing Dragon's backstory in God Valley and watching how upset he was with his father, to me was like probably one of my favorite parts out of it, because it ties into more of like what the Rev Army is going to be up against later on in the series and how committed Dragon is to the cause, which means when you hear things that like Dragon is the world's most wanted man, you know, when Luffy's using Conqueror's Haki and Marineford and they're like, oh, he's Dragon's son. When you're hearing them name drop Dragon in super high aura moments, right? It kind of calls back to that moment in God Valley and Dragon seeing the Holy Knights in action and seeing all the evil that's, you know, being put on display by the world government, and him looking at it and saying, you know what? I need to dismantle this seriously. So it makes you look at the freedom fighters. It makes you look at Dragon doing all these certain things behind the scenes. It makes you look at Asabo and say, you guys are probably going to be some of the like craziest fighters when it's really time to go get busy, you know? And now he came down from the Holy Land. So I'm really excited to see what the Rev Army cooks up later on in the series. So that's really.
Yeah, I feel that. I seen some comments. Jared has Kaido top 3. No, I don't have Kaido top 3 of all time. Everybody like, and I also seen Buddy asking about Wistoria. Yeah, we're on Wistoria. Oh, somebody said Gorosei or Kaido, and that was a throwback to Larry and them when they made that post about if 5 Kaidos pulled up to Egghead instead of 5 Gorosei. Is it just as easy as a walk away? I was like, I don't know. I don't know if 5 Kaidos in any vicinity. It's rough.
I'm gonna say this. So if 5 Kaidos are present and the Joy Boy Hockey Knot pops out, I don't see Kaido overpowering Joy Boy's hockey. Respectfully,
I don't see Kaido's getting Hockey Knot. He's overpowering it, but is he getting sent away back to Emu? Is that how that works?
Well, they got sent away because the hockey overrode Saturn's magic circle teleportation. Right. So he got them, he summoned them there, and the hockey overrode that, so it sent them back. So if Kaido's summoned 4 other Kaidos, that Hockey Knot is still doing the same thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I kind of look at it like this. The Hockey Knot. Well, here's the thing. Not to say that the 5 Kaidos won't be like, stopped like the Gorosei, but they're gonna get right back up. You know what I mean? They're gonna kind of be how Luffy was, like, because they have resistance to great conquerors. So I kind of see like even if like the Gorosei, even when the Gorosei were sent back, they were out of breath. Emu de-transformed because it's pulled out of their devil fruit.
But you got to understand that's Joy Boys. That hockey.
The Gorosei also don't have no real. They got a little bit of conqueror's resistance in their devil fruit forms because of Eam, but.
So
Kaido, it's tough.
So the
Gorosei, I guess you could say, kind of share Eam's hockey, right?
Yeah, but it's more. I think it's more based on the contracts, right? There's different levels of contracts that you can form with Eam, and the higher your contract is, the closer you are tied to Emu, but you do get a little bit more power. So Emu is definitely, sharing the wealth when it comes to his power for sure, because I think that's what his devil fruit also commands. But I'm seeing Himi on Twitch saying, yeah, bro, Kaido is strong, but the Gorosei are way stronger. And I feel like when I watched
stronger.
Here's the thing though, Jared. I think a lot of people are misrepresenting the Gorosei and what their objective was in Egghead and the power they displayed in Egghead. And I feel like a lot of people aren't understanding that when the Gorosei arrived to Egghead, Emu's most prized possession in all of One Piece, his most prized possession right now that we are seeing is the Mother Flame, right? That was the whole reason why Saturn had this whole thing set up as a warrior god of science, was to get Vegapunk to reproduce the undying flame that is talked about in the Harley text, in the ancient mural, right? What is this mother flame? It's undying energy source. We need to protect it. We need this more than anything. Imu makes it known that we need this, right? So when the Gorosei arrive to Egghead, they already have it in their mind that we have to stop Vegapunk's message, but we cannot destroy the lab. One of the members of the Gorosei literally was like, yo, I think it was Mars. He literally was like, yo, why don't we just blow Egghead up sky high? Like, why are we doing all this? And they were like, no, it would not be wise because Imu wants to preserve the mother flame. And the Gorosei, more than they want to just go on the land and destroy everybody, they have more respect for their authority, who is Saint Nerona Imu. Right. And Imu and the reality is, but I feel you, Jared, but the reality is I don't losing me a little bit. No. But I'll tell you why. But the thing is I don't think Oda bringing the Gorosei to Egghead, I don't think was for us to look at it and say, oh, the Gorosei are fodder, but more so that the Gorosei are put in a position where they have to protect the mother flame while trying to stop Vegapunk's message. And if they destroy the mother flame, this is what could happen to them, which is what we saw with Saturn. Saturn got destroyed. It was like, hey, Saturn, you messed up. This was all your fault. Imu literally smited him. Literally smited Saturn, and Saturn was gone out of there. And the Gorosei they know this, right? So that's why I feel like when we look at the Egghead moments, that wasn't the greatest display of the Gorosei's power because they could not destroy the lab. It's similar to, like, you remember when Fujitora and Ryukugyu, right? You remember when they were in the Holy Lands? Right. And they could not use, like Fujitora could not summon meteors. They could not go all out because there were surrounding celestial dragons, and if they went all out, they would have destroyed the Holy Land, and they would have been responsible for it, right? So Fujitora and Ryukugyu were like, hey, we can't go all out. We have to hold back a bit. And I feel like the Gorosei were also put in a similar situation, which helped out the Straw Hats and helped out everybody else there.
I would agree with you if I felt like at any point in time, I was really worried about the Gorosei going all out, actually having that much effect on who they were currently fighting. So, like, for example, they were going, I'm not going to say all out, but they were going hard enough to whenever they faced Luffy, whenever they came across the Giants, whenever they came across Kuma, or whatever, no real momentum was gained for them. They were kind of stopped in their tracks. Every Gorosei member was kind of held up doing something when it came to fighting like somebody from Luffy's squad, to where I'm kind of like, y'all are really every Marine under Imu's direct contact is on Fraud Watch. Every one of them. Everyone. Garling, all the God's Knights, the Gorosei, they're all on Fraud Watch.
But you remember,
because they're all severely thriving off of Imu's power, and it's a power that they're not even really using almost correctly. We saw how Saturn got kind of dealt with when he first pulled up.
But Jared, you have to I feel you, but
I'm just then I'm just saying the pattern is these are supposed to be Imu's agents ready to go, and the Straw Hats and some Giants are.
Oh, your mic audio went down a bit.
Oh, my bad. That's because
Go ahead.
And the Straw Hats and these Giants are giving y'all such a hard time, pretty much escaping away from y'all through a Buster Call, and Vegapunk is also spilling. I'm like, y'all are not being made look as fodder. Y'all are being made to look that like y'all don't know what y'all doing with Imu's power. And that's why, like, when it comes to like when people talk about the Gore say the God's Knights versus the top tiers, I'm like, the moment Emu's power kind of gets worked around, they're kind of trash. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And I'm not here to refute that point specifically, that like Emu isn't, you know, giving them a stimulus package, because Emu is. But the reality is their hockey that they displayed in the Holy Land is ridiculous. I mean, not in the Holy Land, in Egghead is ridiculous. Remember, Luffy used Red Rock against Kaido, and then he used Red Rock against Warcry, and one sent Kaido to the ground, and Kaido felt it. He felt the hockey on that, and then Warcry literally tanked it, and Luffy hurt his hand. It was literally the same attack. And that's why I feel like we have to understand this is a different level of hockey that we're getting into.
But we also know that Warcry is made for defense.
Yeah, but
that's his style of battle. So I felt like Saturn got hit with a couple of dawn punches, and the man was turned into a silly putty. You feel me? So like, I feel like they got their strengths and weaknesses for sure.
Right, but Saturn,
I feel like this.
Saturn also stopped Sanji couldn't even move in just the presence of Saturn, right? Saturn looked at him and Sanji couldn't move, right? So there's certain things where I get what you're saying. There were some displays of weakness or incompetence in their fighting style. But what I'm saying to you is that the Gorosei weren't there in the same way, like when Kaido was fighting Luffy on the roof and just other people. Like there was more of a setup of Kaido being like, okay, these guys are here. If they want to face me, Big Mom and I, all right, cool, let's go. Right. But even what we were seeing, but the Gorosei, what they were kind of doing was they were just summoned there because Saturn messed up. This was all Saturn's fault. That's why Saturn got deleted. Saturn messed up and the Gorosei were sent there, and Saturn was like, guys, help me out. I'm in a bad situation. Because this was something that Saturn was supposed to deal with. And they were like, okay, well, now we're here. Let's go try to figure this out. And Saint Ethan literally said, all right, you know what? Shoom. One sword swing, the entire Labo phase was split in half. That's more than we've seen from Mihawk. That's more than we've seen from Zoro. Literally one sword slash Labo phase, gone. That's the power that they had access to, but they couldn't do the crazy thing, which is blow up Egghead sky high, because they did not want to destroy the Mother Flame.
We also have to remember too that the Gorosei kind of also did kind of lose some battles too, but they can regenerate. So that's kind of like where I also am like, I understand that the power that's what I'm saying. The power they have access to with Eam does give them this top level conversation. But when it comes to like putting them in different situations against different people who aren't really pressed about what they can actually do fighting wise, because they would lose those battles, but they just keep coming back, like a Kaido, or I feel like a Shanks, or even when you talk about God's Knights and Gorosei versus Akainu and Kizaru, it's like Kizaru and Saturn are teaming up to fight Luffy. Is what we're seeing right now. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the only reason I'm like, when I think about characters like Kaido, and I guess it all just kind of warps back around to Loki and et cetera, I just feel like these cats who have been used to really boxing in these crazy fights, I feel like I'm gonna not want to fight them over like Emu's folk. You feel me? We just seen a guy's night get packed up.
Yeah, but exactly. But here's the thing, though. And Hunter just commented it in chat. He said, in my opinion, they just let the attacks hit them without proper defense because they know they had regeneration. And that's something that we've seen with Summers, right? Saint Summers specifically was a character that acted literally. Even this move, there's a move like this in Pokemon Champions or whatever. Like he acted with the ability of no guard, literally because he's like, okay, I can regenerate if they hit me. And then when he realized he was up against opponents that can stop the regeneration, like maybe a Scopper Gaban or whatever, that's when it was like, okay, now I have to lock into a different bag. Right now, there was nobody on Egghead that had the power to stop the Gorosei's regeneration outside of Joy Boy's Haki Knot. No other character, nobody, not even Luffy with all his haki, nobody on Egghead had the power to stop the Gorosei's regeneration, which is why, to me, the Gorosei weren't putting on their best showing because they came there knowing that they were unstoppable. Right? Literally the only person or the only being or entity that knew they had the power to stop the Gorosei was Emmett. And because that's because Emmett literally got Joy Boy's Haki Knot. That's it. Nobody else could have stopped them. And if it weren't for the Joy Boy Haki Knot, One Piece would have ended at Egghead. The Straw Hats would have been clapped at Egghead. 100%. Nobody had the power to stop them. And that's why I feel like we have to look at it. We can't just say, oh, Kuma punched Saturn, oh, so Saturn is weak, without understanding the context. And the context that goes into that is Saturn is not in there doing high haki defense against Kuma because he will regenerate. They came there with a mindset and it was arrogance, right? And what do we know about Celestials, right? The Celestial Dragons, they all have this arrogance that that everybody that's outside of the Holy Land is in the lower realm. They look down on them. And because they look down on them, they're like, none of these lower beings have the power to stop me. Who cares, right? Yo, Gear Fortune, thank you so much for the raid, bro, over on Twitch. Thank you, Fortune. I really appreciate you, man. Welcome to the stream, everybody from Fortune's stream. Thank you so much for the raid, bro. Seriously, I appreciate you. But they're looking at that, Jared, and they're saying, okay, we have this power that nobody really can stop. So because nobody can stop it, I'm not putting on my best defensive showing, right? And yeah. I feel like that's really what it.
I feel like that's why they're on Fraud Watch. Because the simple fact that they've been so long under Imu's umbrella, two, never really felt like they needed to activate, any serious hockey offense or defense, and three, they just, they underestimate everybody so easily that when someone does come around with hockey potent enough to hurt them, they fold. At least I'll say the Gorosei are a little different than the God's Knights, definitely above the God's Knights. But because of that, I look at it like, dang, like if an admiral actually becomes a God's Knight, it would actually be a problem. You feel me? Because so far, in terms of like just better, the Marines have to send in, because at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. I guess without the Joy Boy Knot, somebody's not making it home, right? But it did come down to the wire with the odds severely stacked against the Straw Hats outside the Gorosei. It's a buster call. It's an admiral and Saturn's here, and he couldn't do it on his own, so he pulls up 5 of them. And now I'm kind of like, yeah, of course they're super outclassed in that situation, but so would I feel like anybody. Who's the 5 Gorosei pulling up on your one crew? Yes, you're probably most top tier characters. I don't see escaping that, honestly. You feel me? But it doesn't mean that when I talk about the Gorosei individually or the God's Knights individually as just fighters or strong characters that I give them like that same grace of they represent the OP military might. You feel me? That's why I think people in the chat are saying that like Kaido would still probably like clap Saturn. Like, yeah, Saturn could regenerate, but if it's a matter of like Kaido just has to rise up to his highest form of conquerors and maybe beat Saturn, I'm like, I'm betting on my guy.
You betting on Kaido?
Yeah, bro.
But
if
I don't.
If he has to just because what does it take? What does it take to wear out Emu's regeneration?
From what we were told, and I see Michael Rainbow. You said if they're frauds, they're still cold frauds at least, which is hilarious. Fortune, I appreciate you, bro. Seriously. Now from what we were told from Scopper is that you need elite Supreme Kings hockey essentially to stop the regeneration and at least make them feel pain. What I'm saying to you is that even though Kuma punched Saturn and Luffy turned Saturn into a disc and all this stuff, like, and it just looked goofy. It looked like the Gorosei were down and out. The reality is that the Gorosei were not really phased at all. Bob said it here. It only slows the regen. So it's not even like your regeneration is done forever. But having elite Supreme Kings hockey at least slows it down. And nobody on Egghead had the power to do so. Even the Luffy that defeated Kaido could not do so. So I feel like we have to look at it and say that, yeah, the Gorosei did not have the greatest showing. But again, they were fighting on a way of Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z, where it's like, yeah, Goku, you could beat me up all day, but I'm regenerating. Do you have the power to stop my regen? And Goku realized, no, I don't. The spirit bomb needs to happen. And that's where we kind of are with One Piece now, where it's like, yeah, if you don't have elite hockey, you're done. You're out of here, because the Gorosei have such a deep contract with Emu that they're literally like a step underneath of like in terms of like the Emu stimulus package. You know what I mean? Hold on, you're muted. You're muted, Jared. You're muted. Hit the top of the mic. There you go.
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
I didn't even know.
Yeah, you're good.
That's what happened. So I feel like really realistically, the main problem is the Gorosei just haven't had a chance. Or I'll say there hasn't been chances for other people to put the Gorosei to the test for real. You feel me? Like, even when we talk about Eam was put to the test 1,000 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever his max was with Joy Boy's max, they're on that level. The Gorosei probably ain't been put to the test for real in a minute. You feel me? Because they've always ever moved as like Emu's arms and legs.
Mic turned down again. I think you hit the knob. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
They only ever move as Emu's arms and legs, you know? So they go where Emu needs to go, do what they do, and they come back. They're not out here really like full-fledging, even risking themselves in battles where they think, damn, like, can I keep regenerating if I keep fighting this person over and over? I just don't feel like that's realistically not something we would ever see them do. Mm-hmm. So I say all that to say that I'm still saying that the stronger fighters, the ones with the elite hockey, the ones with the hockey that are still contending to make Emu kind of off his rocker, are still just like, not objectively, but just more powerful than the Gorosei members. And I think only because
knob on the mic.
Damn, it just keeps going down by itself. I don't know what this
is. Your finger hitting it?
I don't think so. I think I'm just trying to like.
Oh.
I think it's like a reacting to my voice or something. I'm gonna try to keep it up.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's just we're not actually seeing like them in situations where like we can properly put them in their right placement, because they're never trying to be in that situation. Like it's even with Garling. Like Garling is talking all this on God's Valley, and Rox has got him upside his head. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
this is supposed to be an elite. You supposed to be almost right under the Gorosei. And y'all are folding like this to character, and that's why I'm just kind of like, man, you know.
And it's not that I disagree with you on that too, because Garling showing in God Valley wasn't the greatest. He looked in God Valley. Garling looked like a fraud, 1000%. This is why I'm not speaking to Garling in God Valley, because I agree with everybody there. The thing is that we have to consider the fact that Garling in God Valley got embarrassed by Rox, and we have to consider that there's a possibility that after that, Garling said, "You know what? Let me train up and let me get ready." Or Emu looked at that and said, "Hey, let me give you more hockey boost. Let me give you more power. Let me give you more prestige," and things of that nature. Especially when he became a member of the Gorosei on top of that. Yes, he's older now, but becoming a member of the Gorosei means that you will have an even deeper contract with Emu. And you already know what that means. The higher level the contract, the more power boost you're getting. So we have to consider all those things to say that, yeah, his portrayal in God Valley looked trash, but there's also a chance that he improved from that. Plus, he got a higher boost from Emu now that he's a member of the Gorosei, and Garling can easily still be one of the scariest members to fight against in the end game. So it kind of all goes in together. But I see what you mean, though. McCann, what's good, bro?
Nah, I see, bro. Said, why is the title stream called Anime Yap? It's all spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, some of the super chats and stuff that came in, y'all turned to spoilers. So, my bad. But we did give a spoiler warning before we went.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
I feel that. But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna ask you if you saw. You ain't seen
yo, Cyborg Frankie, what's good? What's up?
What's up, man? Yeah, I've been but like I said, Freeman on yeah, man. I still gotta vote for my anime awards. I didn't vote. Is it still open?
Oh, it's not open anymore, bro.
I blew it.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
It's not open anymore.
Busy. Yeah, Wastoria's going up. What else is going up? Slime is back. Ray Zero's back. I gotta still catch up on Baki. It's a whole new season of Baki out.
Oh wow. Yeah, I haven't been up on Baki.
Yeah, there's a whole new season of Baki out. It's going crazy. Yujiro is finally getting his time, his fight that he needs.
I gotta get up on Baki, man. I've been asleep. I'm asleep.
Yeah, it's too much magic anime. Honestly.
But Black Clover's coming.
It's Black Clover. It's like Black Clover's coming back in a time where now there's like 20 Black Clovers. There's so many like different variations of Black Clover, and I'm like, oh my god, man, this is not good. Like Wistoria too, because Wistoria is like really the same show, but it's like they're going hard with the pacing, or at least the animation.
For sure, man. For sure.
Anime Awards this year. Damn. Let me look at the nominations. What were the nominations? I'll tell you what I would have voted for.
Yeah, they might still have them there. Joga JPG, thanks. Welcome to the stream, bro. You said off topic, but why hasn't Fortnite collabed with One Piece yet? I honestly don't know.
Cause Oda don't rock with them probably.
But you know what this actually could tie into? Mike, thank you for the super chat. He said, tell them how LeBron is the GOAT, just like Notice Meatballs. Yo, that's my boy from college, man. He's hilarious. There's a lot that goes into that, but you know, shout out Bron though. You know, he's doing well in the playoffs, man. He's doing well.
Stream?
In not right this second, maybe in like 10.
Yeah, no pressure.
But
yeah, I'll go. I see the nominees here. I'll fly through them. Really, here we go. My Hero, Anime of the Year. It's no question.
Yeah.
Everybody pack it up. Y'all did a good job. My Hero. I never finished the Chainsaw Man movie because I went to see it with some people, and then my people's had an emergency and had to go home. So we had to leave the movie theater.
Oh, no way.
In the middle of the movie. So I never finished it. I got to the part right where they were boxing Reese or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Reze.
But based on however that movie ends, I haven't seen the other ones like that either. I know Scarlet was crazy and all that. I'm still going Demon Slayer, man. Like, just for the culture. Like, off the strength that, like, Demon Slayer made anime movies even, like, at this level. Best continuing series, you know, it's the big OP. I don't even know why they had this category. Honestly.
Yep, One Piece all day. All day.
Best new series. My hot take is Sakamoto Days, honestly.
Okay.
That's my hot take. I love Gachiakuda, but I feel like Sakamoto Days was better. I felt like it was more entertaining. The fighting was like a little bit more well animated. I feel like Gachiakuda's fighting was more like a little showy, artsy. You know what I mean? But in terms of like actual like boxing, Sakamoto Days was going crazy.
Yeah, they did have good fights in Sakamoto Days. I enjoyed Gachiakuda more though, but I feel you. I
remember just watching like the string episodes when all those other like A1 organization assassins came and Sakamoto's like I was like, yeah, okay. Best original anime. Oh man, I've only watched the first episode of Lazarus, really.
Same.
So I probably would vote for that just off that, but I'm sure Digimon went hard. Best animation. Oh, Demon Slayer didn't even make the cut. That's crazy.
Cold World. You know, people were asking for Lord of Mysteries and To Be Hero X and why they weren't in there. I was seeing a lot of that too, which I was like, yeah, I feel you.
I heard about To Be Hero X and why it wasn't. But also, I guess there was no season of Demon Slayer this year, right? So I guess that doesn't really count. Was there
a season. It's the movie. The movie was the season.
Yeah. Right. So
what's up, Beck?
Character design, Gachiakuda for sure. Well, One Piece is in this category, so that's the only thing that would make me be like, It's you kind of like One Piece just has such a depth of characters designed.
Yeah.
That like how do you compare that yearly? But yeah, Gachiakuda, best director of the show. Oh, My Hero's director, 100%. 100%. Some of the best directed episodes of last year.
I forgot who it was. Sorry, I gotta look back.
Yeah, art, Gachiakuda, romance. I'm gonna fly through some of these. Comedy, I would probably. Well, I've only seen some of these. Spy Family, Dun Dun Dun. Best action, Kaiju number 8 it's the only nomination it got. Wow.
What, you're looking at best action?
Yeah.
You wait, you're going with Kaiju?
Well, I'd say this is the only nomination they got, I feel like.
I thought I think it was Don Solo Leveling. Or no?
I'm saying for Kaiju number 8, what other
Oh,
nominations?
you're saying for Kaiju. Oh, I thought you were saying in the category. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Tough.
What else did it? I don't think they got. I didn't see them being nominated for anything else so far, which is crazy because that last season was gas.
Cold World.
Well, best action. That's tough, man. Because how could you have? Why do they even have? My thing is you can't keep having One Piece in these categories. You just can't.
It's the GOAT.
This is the whole Egghead arc here that we're talking about. And honestly, Solo Leveling had better action in season 2 than season 1. So this is where I would actually give Solo Leveling more of its props.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would probably be like, because My Hero Academia final season, does that include? I guess that includes the whole season, because you know they release seasons. Because I think only half of the My Hero season came out last year. But it's tough for best action, man. I probably would go. If One Piece wasn't here, I would go Solo Leveling maybe.
Yeah.
For best action.
Yeah.
If One Piece wasn't here. Best Isekai. I don't see nothing that I watch on here except Konosuba. Ray Zero might have got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're pretty much lining up what I had.
Ray Zero
Some differences.
They went hard last. That was their best season so far.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie. That was their best season.
I'm like halfway done with it, but
yeah, I felt like it was their best one. Okay, Slice of Life. Yeah, okay, cool. Anime main character. Oof. It's just never fair for them to have Momo and Okarun in the same category. Like what? Like what are we doing? On this list, Izuku, Mao Mao, Momo, Okarun, Rudo, Jinwoo, it's Deku for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Me, I was stuck between Deku and Momo, but I went with Deku.
Mm-hmm. Down with Isekai, laziest storytelling. Oh, damn. Was it that bad? Okay. Yeah. Anime supporting character. It's definitely not Gigi. It's definitely not Gigi. It's probably Bakugo. I mean, Engine's a close second, not gonna lie. Engine kind of carried Gachiakura in my opinion.
I feel you.
Yeah. He kind of carried in my opinion. I felt like he was like the Gojo here.
Yeah.
Or the Kakashi in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying Isekai in general is so overdone. Yeah, there's way too many Isekai. Understood. I've been on that train. They could wrap most of them up, honestly.
Shout out to SAO for that.
Yeah.
And Dahak.
Anime protect at all costs. Yeah, skip that. Suika from Dr. Stone, best anime song. Y'all know I don't listen to this music, man. Okay, opening sequence. Can't remember. Sorry, y'all. Don't kill me. Anime ending. Okay, voice actor. Oh, brother. He's got some good ones. Denji, Deku. I haven't seen the Summer Hikaru died. We got Aoi. Oh, it's Luffy every time. Never switching up. Even to this day. Mayumi Tanaka is
Come on, talk about it.
top
Talk
one,
about
top
it.
two. Like I'm not really gonna go into it though. But I will say, Deku's pretty good too, man. Deku's pretty good, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It just when you see Mayumi Tanaka, you're like, yeah, that's my goat.
Yeah. English, Zeno Robinson. I don't even need to look at the rest of the race. No, just kidding. He's not on here. Did they hold him?
Yeah, I don't think he's on there.
He's not on here. Xeno every category, man. You might got a break. When did for Jabber? What? Wait a minute. No nomination for Jabber?
Yeah, I know.
That's insane. That's actually a crime. But Alexis Tipton as Reese? I'm not hating on her, of course, but I just noticed you don't have to be a main character to get a nomination. And I'm like, he definitely should have got a nomination for Jabber. I feel like he popularized the whole character.
100%.
Honestly.
100%.
Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I think that was the last one.
I can see why people aren't like too involved in this year's nominations. It wasn't like it was a weak year. I just think a lot of some stuff were wrapping up. Some stuff was just starting. So, who knows? Did you see the new Boys episode? Nah, it's all out right now, right?
Yeah, no, what that episode? I thought the Boys dropped tomorrow.
Oh, you may not even see it on your side yet.
Yeah, because Invincible's tonight, and then the Boys is tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
I thought they all came out on Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, the Boys does. Well, yeah. I guess the Boys. Yeah, the Boys does drop on Wednesday. Yeah.
What y'all are my favorite YouTubers? I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
Vibes go.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all for real.
I reincarnated as an OP game controller. What are you guys' thoughts on haters saying this isn't One Piece anymore? What are we talking about? Who said that? Who said that? Look, man, it's got to end somehow, okay? my hot take is I don't think a lot of people, I think there's going to be a lot of hate around the ending. Honestly.
There will be hate, but there'll also be a lot of love too. I'm excited for it, no matter what it is. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. So I just think some of the biggest stuff people should take away from the live action is how much more Oda is just kind of involving himself in the fandom, creating other stuff, allowing other stuff to be created, and just listening to what he has to say about One Piece, because then y'all will not think so critically about it so much. It really is meant to be a chill ride with some fierce moments. A grand adventure, but folks be so pressed about the complexities of, oh my god.
Nah, I'm excited though. One Piece is just. Oh, and that reminds me. The last thing we got to talk about is So did you see that Toei is actually making a gaming company called Toei Games?
So what is Bandai then?
But that's where I don't know where it's really gonna tie into, because I was seeing some people talk about Bandai is really they're just the publishers, which makes sense. But seeing that Toei is getting into gaming makes me.
Who owns Bandai? We don't know.
I don't know. Is that Shueisha? I'm not sure. But
Google.
Yeah, let me know. But I'm excited for that, bro, because they started off and they're saying initially they're gonna do original IP, so no existing IP, which personally I think is the wrong move. I think if you have One Piece, you shoot, you go. You don't say, oh, we're going to test the waters with some other series. Nah, you go with One Piece. That's me. But it really makes me excited because if you've seen the Lord of the Mysteries, right? Lord of the Mysteries, they have an MMO RPG in beta right now, I believe. Or we've seen trailers of it, and it looks amazing. it looks amazing. Like all I've been asking for years. Like you can even go on my other channel right now. It's showing Showdown Live, and I have a video from years ago of me talking about why One Piece needs an MMORPG. And I feel like with Toei doing Toei games, there's a chance it could happen. There really is a chance it could happen. We've seen people making all these other fan made games over the years, especially on like the Roblox community. They're huge with it, with like Rel Cs and all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, I hope Japan has been keeping their eye out on what people want for this, because if Lord of the Mysteries is doing it, One Piece could definitely do an MMORPG. So I'm excited for that. But obviously, they're going to start off with some original releases first. So we'll see what happens. But I think that's the wrong move to start with. Personally, I would start with a One Piece game and just go guns blazing, go crazy. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know, man. I think it's got to be some type of I'm not gonna say some type of contract thing, but it must be some type of like not control Bandai has over all these anime games, but it must be some type of like we do business on our own turf. You know what I mean? When it comes to the anime video games. So yeah, I guess if Toei, I don't know, man. I guess I'm just a little skeptical about like what that actually looks like. You know what I mean? Because they only ever had Bandai for real.
Yeah.
So what now? Do you compete against Bandai? Do you remove all your titles from Bandai? Do you hire people from Bandai? Like what? Like if like I feel like I always just felt like the problem with the anime games was the creativity, not really who produced it. You know?
Right.
I just felt like American games. I mean, not to say they're better, but I feel like American games just have a different style. You know what I mean? Like, of course, when it comes to like Nintendo, like they're in competition. Well, not really, but their style is different.
Yeah, and it's yeah. You say you watch sub or dub? I watch sub mainly. There's some anime I watch dub, but typically I watch sub. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Mike, you're saying here it's always about the money, but I feel like an MMORPG would generate a lot of money. Granted, it would take a lot of money to produce, but I feel like as you know, you got to look at games like how successful like World of Warcraft was, and you also have to look at the fact that China believes that Lord of the Mysteries has a potential player base that's large enough to support this MMO. And I'm telling you, Jared, once we're off stream, take a look at that footage. It looks ridiculous. So to me, I'm like, One Piece has the ability, the fan base is there. I feel like that will buy into a One Piece game if it's done the right way. Like you can't hand us, you know, a regular looking game. It really has to look like how Lord of the Mysteries game is looking.
I mean, I agree. I'm not saying that's not possible. I just feel like when you say Toei, I just feel like the focus, it's almost kind of like how Marvel did, you know, like with the Avengers game, like it's like they have a different focus when it comes to putting out the material, the anime, the manga or whatever, or not the manga, but the anime, and trying to spearhead a super advanced, well done game. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like I just don't feel like they care that much about it. You know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it'll be cool for them to be like, oh, we're gonna do our own gaming style for a few releases to have more control over it. But I don't know, man. I guess I just don't have a lot of faith in it. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe they'll drop some real fire, but man, it's just kind of tough because it's like really like you can maybe count the few anime games that you thought were really fire in history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I just feel like it's different when like you have, I guess, like the comic games and the shooter games and the stuff like that's super focused. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel you.
The style.
Make Burning Blood 2. Man, that would be Burning Blood.
Burning Blood 2, that could be cleaned up a lot too.
Yeah. But that was the baseline. A lot of people didn't realize because Burning Blood came out before Jump Force. Burning Blood was really like the foundation for what Jump Force was. And then Jump Force, they just the thing is they kind of just reskinned Burning Blood rather than making like a fresh new fighting game, which is why Jump Force flopped. But yeah, if they bring back Burning Blood and actually rehash it, which I don't have faith in them doing, I'm not gonna lie. But if they did do that, yeah, it would be an amazing game. I don't think they. Again, I've always said this. Like, I feel like some executives in Japan don't realize the magnitude of the fan base when it comes to anime and manga. Like, I don't think they realize. Like, if they knew, the amount of money that would be put behind certain things would just be different. And the thing is that China is starting to realize the player base and just the fandom behind Donghua in general, which is why you're seeing, Link Click being pushed. You're seeing Lord of Mysteries getting a big push, and now it has an MMO, and it looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. Yo, Biblical Breakdown, what's good? Welcome.
Yeah, listen, man, I'll support. But I mean, I feel like until I don't know, man. I guess a lot of these shows, I feel like anime still has to get more popular for them to really put their foot in these games.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because when I think of like what's like peak like first person or RPG style series games, you think about like, I don't even consider them RPG, but you think about like Spider-Man, Arkham, even like the what's it called, Infamouses. You just think about those it's I don't know. I just think about like those type of like solo games that you think, well, will they ever actually put some of our favorite titles on this like mechanic type level?
Right.
And you're just like, who knows? So, yeah. Yeah, man. Storyboard on Red Dead. Mm-hmm.
Red Dead 2.
You hear what did I walk into? Hilarious.
Yo.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good to see. I hope that I mean, what are they even gonna start with? DBZ?
Nah, they said original title, so completely new, fresh. I don't know. But if that's looking, I need up to date graphics ASAP. Like, I can't be, you know what I'm saying?
So no One Piece anyway.
Well, they just said initial. Skeletor, thank you so much for the super chat. Seriously, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You said, yo, super off topic, but do you think Max Wang's Gear 5 Luffy beats end of series Natsu? Love you, man. So this is just a conversation about Luffy's power level end of series going up against end of series Natsu. Now, I know Jared even has like a stronger opinion on Natsu than I do, being a bigger Fairy Tail fan than me. But what I can say is based on my knowledge of Natsu, right? We've seen him burn time magic against Fairy Heart Zeref. And I've seen him, fight against Altair, and she was using like a high dimensional orb, and he was able to, fight against that. So Natsu has fought against crazier levels of dimensionality than Luffy for the most part. I think where the conversation may shift is dependent on what Emu shows us in later chapters. The biggest reason why I say that is because Emu's Devil Fruit right now is so open-ended. Like, we don't know, like most Devil Fruits, when we see what the Devil Fruit is, we have an understanding of what the power is and where the baseline is, like where the confines are, and then we can kind of theorize what an awakening would look like. But for Emu right now, based on Emu's Devil Fruit literally being the Devil Fruit, like we don't know where that goes. We don't know what powers it has. We don't know the awakening abilities. Like, we are still finding out each chapter that happens where that's going to lead up to. And we know end of series Luffy is going to have to combat a force like Emu. So the higher Emu goes is the higher Luffy's going to have to go. And based on that, I feel like we have to kind of wait and see, because if Luffy's able to counter abilities from Emu, where we're seeing this Emu currently pull out weapons from a different realm, right? The Abyss is literally a different dimension altogether. And it's kind of why I believe like Emu's like black blob silhouette form is like Emu, but just in the Abyss, and he kind of switches back and forth between that and his current, transformation that we're seeing right now in the Elbaf manga. But if Emu is able to, keep upscaling and force Luffy to keep upscaling, it might close the gap between those characters. And I've seen somebody in chat say that Luffy is fire resistant. Yeah, in Gear 5, you could have that conversation as well. My biggest concern for Luffy currently, based on what I know, is his stamina, right? I think Natsu being able to like eat fire makes it problematic for Luffy in the sense that, like, if Luffy's running on air and flames pop up, if he's using any type of like Red Hawk or anything like that, and Natsu eats those flames, he'll be able to keep going. Whereas Luffy, on the other hand, has to worry about his stamina. But he will have access to future sight. He will have access to future sight observation hockey. So maybe that will counteract that. I don't know. But end of series Luffy, it depends on Emu. It depends on Emu, honestly.
The problem is both series. Fairy Tail's technically not done either. The 100-year quest is still going. So the problem is, yes, if we put like the pinnacles. So the problem is the pinnacles of what we're kind of imagining the peak of One Piece to be is like Joy Boy, Emu, you know what I mean? Level, right? We kind of have that ballpark of strength in One Piece. With Fairy Tail, we still don't really kind of know the ballpark of how strong some of these like god dragons and wizards could possibly be as we keep going down the line, because Natsu is now finally like scraping the iceberg of like fighting mages from different universes and or magical realms, if you call it, and there's like different worlds where magic aptitude is like 100 times greater than Earth's, you know what I mean? And then the gods on that are just used to having they're really shooting for the stars in Fairy Tail when it comes to this level of like magic. And whoever's running the big bad situation, we imagine Natsu at the end of these quests will be somewhat amongst that field, we imagine. So that's why I always say it's kind of hard with end of series Natsu, because even Zaref that Natsu beat was like the tip of the iceberg of cats who could rewrite the magical world and all this. It's just a little different with magic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think just the levels of OPness in the power system is why I would say, like, if I just take end of series Luffy versus end of series Natsu, I would just imagine Natsu has to be a little bit stronger by something, because it's just the stuff they got going on. You're kind of just like even his brother right now, you know, spoilers, whatever. Natsu's brother is the flame dragon god. And he's like, I think with just a little bit of his fire, he was able to defeat the water dragon god, Natsu, a dragon slayer, with just a little bit of the flame. So I'm like, okay. Like, he just took a piece of it. Like they're hinting at that, like, yeah, Natsu has to get to like this grandiose, you know, super flame powered, you know, dragon warrior here.
Yeah.
So
it's funny though. I think flames are probably going to end up being, you know, the basis of end of series Luffy's attacks, if not for Sabo. I think it might be Luffy, based on like the mother flame and like what we see in the ancient murals, where it's like always constantly talking about, you know, the mother flame and the undying flame, the undying energy source and all that stuff. And Luffy is literally called the sun god, but he doesn't use a lot of flame based attacks. So I think it may come into a point where either Sabo or Luffy is going to have to harness the mother flame in a battle against, you know, Emu or something like that, which it could be part of his ability as well. Which is just that's more theory crafting, but it could happen. So I think that might tie in. And if it does, that might be worse in a matchup against Natsu, because he could just eat the fire. So there's that.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say end of series stuff, man, because you just don't know.
You don't know. Yeah.
How the writer's gonna take it. You know, if the writer takes it to the moon, that's where we're going. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but I get it. I get it, man. But yeah, man. Yeah,
yes,
but
sir.
let me see what folks talking about. You about to go watch what, Invincible?
Oh yeah, in a little bit. Probably just gonna eat some food and then go watch Invincible, and then The Boys. Either tomorrow.
What you think about Invincible so far, man?
Bro, Invincible look, man. I don't know what this next episode is going to be. I don't know what this episode is going to be. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about Thrag, because a lot of people were disrespecting Thrag on the previous episode, but I was like, nah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what Thrag does. Thrag is looking otherworldly right now. So I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know who's going to be able to stop him. I'm assuming that it's probably going to be Mark, based on the fact that I think they're going to kind of go the Gohan route with DBZ, where it's like, well, since you know, Invincible is not a pure village Mite, he's part human, he's able to tap into his emotions a little more, which is going to give him that hidden potential. That's like what we hear with Gohan being half Saiyan, half human. I think that's going to tie in together. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, story's great, man. I just kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I just feel like the animation's not really doing it for me, man.
Dang,
like,
for real?
It's been okay.
I feel like it's kind of looks. I feel like it kind of looks the same. Cyber Frankie over on Twitch, he said, "Rob, you going to Momo?" I currently don't know if I'm going to Momo yet or not. There's so many things I'm waiting on still, trying to figure out. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to Universal Fan Fest yet. So I don't even know what's going on currently. So I don't know if I'm going to Momo yet. That's really going to be like a game time decision personally. But Jared will 100% be there. That's in his camp. That's in his area. But I'm in the 4 Momo cons already, but I'm a see for sure.
We're at Momo, man. We're at Momo. We're at level up at Momo.
Yeah, we're at level
We're at
up.
Dream. We're at
I'm going to AX. Are you going to AX or not?
We're at AX.
You go to AX. All right.
Well,
Duck and Joe is crazy. Y'all see the footage on the pod? But yeah, it's really gonna be a game time decision for me, honestly. I don't even have a badge, and I would have to find a badge for Justin too. I don't know. I'll see what's going on.
yeah. Yeah, we're locked in. We're locked in. Yeah, Invincible's been cool, man. I just feel like it just got a little feels a little okay, a little not choppy, but like okay-ish,
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I think it's kind of looked the same to me, at least from like previous seasons, but maybe I'm tripping. But like I never went into Invincible expecting to see Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle, because like, yeah, it's not gonna be that. But it's been a great story though. It's been a great story. So I've been enjoying the season. I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yo, broski, you should go IRL streaming. Sheesh. That's the next level.
Man.
That's the next level. Juwan, what's good, bro?
They said, yeah, go IRL. Dragon Con, yeah, I may slide Dragon Con. Anime NYC, yeah, I'll probably hit Anime NYC.
Yeah, I'll probably be at Anime NYC too, most likely.
Yeah, Dragon Con, yeah, I'll probably pull up. I don't ever. Dragon Con's a lot, man. It's a lot going on. It's a little like, what is all these people doing out here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's Andrew. Thank you so much for the sub, bro. Seriously, thank you for the 2 months. You said, do you announce on your socials when you plan on going to a con? Sometimes I'll throw it on the story. I need to be better at announcing which con I'm going to be at, though. But really, sometimes it really ends up being like a game time decision on where I end up going, because I typically don't know what's going to be happening, because I try to plan stuff for certain cons, and it really depends on which convention will allow me to film or do certain content and, other things. Right. But I trust me, I do try to go to as many cons as possible. It's just a matter of me figuring all this other stuff in the background out first. And I don't want to say I'm going to a con and then it ends up not happening, right? So, but yeah, we do have a con this weekend. So Jared and I will be at Level Up Expo. So if you're in the area, definitely pull up. I most likely will be going to Evo too. This is gonna be my first Evo this year, most likely, because Evo is it's gonna be in June this year. So hope to see you both at DreamCon. Love the content. Yeah, Jared will be at DreamCon CP. I'm missing DreamCon this year. I got my cousin's wedding, so it's cooked for me, unfortunately. But Jared will be there.
Yeah, man. I remember a long time y'all did BlurCon and did My Hero panel. Yeah,
that was the first panel.
2021, something like that.
It must have been 20. I think it was 2019. I think it was before. Wasn't it before? It was after
COVID.
It was after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Yeah,
that's 2021.
Yeah, I'll be at every con, y'all. Don't worry, man. Ain't got nothing better to do. I'll be out there trying to get some interviews.
Yeah. So.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a bad, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, that's a bad, man. Listen, I'm about to pack my bag here in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming to the stream. I know it was kind of like random time and stuff, but we wanted to put this together.
Great stream.
Stream. It's the W stream. Thank you guys so much. Oh, snap. Yo, HSV shout out in the building. Thank you so much for the raid, bro. That's crazy.
Hey.
Appreciate you so much for the raid. That's crazy. We were literally in the middle of wrapping up. Nah, Sean, appreciate you. HSV in the building, man. Shout out to HSV, man. Seriously, I appreciate y'all. Seriously. Yeah, but Jared's about to go pack. I'm gonna go watch Invincible in a little bit here, but I will be streaming Thursday. So if you guys are here, I will be streaming on Thursday. I'm also gonna be getting ready for Level Up too, so I gotta figure out what I'm even gonna be doing on that as well. But yeah, if you guys are coming from Shaw's stream, thank you guys so much for even just pulling up. Dang, it's literally at the end too. That's so funny. But I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we definitely. I mean, yo, W stream. Appreciate y'all sliding. Make sure y'all like the streams.
Yeah,
Follow your boy Rob.
follow Anime Sundays. Absolutely, I will be streaming again on Thursday. It'll probably be me setting up.
Okay, you'll be doing Level Up.
Yeah. What time Thursday? Yeah. Probably like closer to like 6 p.m. PST.
Okay.
So, but I'll figure it out because I'm gonna be doing Level Up prep. So I don't even know how that stream is gonna go or like what I'm gonna do, but I'll see y'all on Thursday. All right. Let's raid somebody. Yeah. Let's raid Shameless Weed. Why not?
Yeah, raid him. Tried to go. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all on Thursday.
Back here. I'll tap in with y'all.